Good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am filming what I do as a UX designer day in the life. So for context, I am a UX designer at Oracle NetSuite and I am currently working from home in San Francisco. They don't really have plans to open up the offices right now with Omicron, so I've just been working from home and I actually don't mind it. I was having a little bit of more of a struggle with it, but I feel like I've kind of come to terms with my own routine and I know what works best for me as an individual contributor. So often in the morning I like to just get up, and this morning I woke up around like 7:30. I got up and I decided to make myself a little deep bloat tea. I've been kind of on this little health kick and trying to see what works best for my body in the mornings, and I don't really eat that much in the morning just because I find that I get like brain fog, my stomach hurts, and that's not fun for work. So I've been making this little apple cider tea concoction, whatever you want to call it. Also, before I start meetings, depending on when I have a meeting, that was the chime for a meeting, I like to wake up my mind a little bit, which is why I like to read in the morning. Currently reading the book Pachinko, which is about a girl or a family in Korea that moves to Japan during World War II time, and also during a lot of the tension between Korea and Japan. And I'm really liking the book. I'm learning a lot of Korean and Japanese history, and it's historical fiction, so it's really interesting. There's romance involved, family, heartbreak. It's just one of the best books that I've read, so I highly recommend it. The next thing that I like to do in the morning before I start work is I like to wash my face and put on sunscreen. A lot of people don't know this, but when you're inside, you can actually still get a lot of sun damage. I have huge windows right in front of me and to the left of me, which is why I'm always around the sun. And also I tend to get up during the day, during a break, to either go to Trader Joe's, get some groceries, or run a few errands. And when I'm doing that, it's usually light out, so I like to protect my face and wear sunscreen. As you can also see, I like to change out of my PJs and into some sort of normal clothes. I like to put on leggings or something athletic on the bottom just so I'm comfortable, and also because it encourages me to work out later in the day after I have meetings or whenever I have time for a little break to exercise. And so I kind of wear a little workout outfit and then usually like a sweater or something more work appropriate on top, just to remain professional and just to kind of act like I am going into work and putting on something that I wouldn't wear just lounging around at home. So this is my desk setup. I have my work laptop here and the monitor that they gave me. Sometimes I like to light a candle. This is what I use to plan out my day and just write out what I have to do today. And those are my blue light glasses. There's the rest of my ginger tea, and I like to drink one of these every other hour, just so I'm having about 4 or 5 of these a day throughout the workday, just to keep me hydrated. And yeah, let's start working. I also really like to journal and just plan out everything that I have to do for the day. And here, I'm almost done with this journal actually, but I like to use it for work and for personal things. And it just helps me keep on track with my Outlook and my calendar for work, and then also with my own personal stuff going on. Wrote out everything that I need to do for work and my different meetings. So I just had my one meeting. I have a design Q&A, which my camera won't be on for because it'll be 500 people on that call. Then we have an XD celebration, which is basically when they celebrate people on our teams and say whether some people are being promoted and anything where like the team deserves celebration or recognition. And then I plan on studying Korean. If you don't know this, I do practice Korean every day, or I try to do an hour of it every day during a break during work. So this is going to be during my lunch break. I will be focusing on vocabulary today, and I'll probably make lunch. Then after that, I have a meeting with my director, and then I have the discovery that I've been working on with work. That'll be a few hours, and I will probably wrap up my day there and work out after that. So that is what we have in store today. Pretty standard day. We had a no meetings day yesterday, which means that the work sometimes just blocks off, I believe, 1 or 2 Wednesdays a month where we just don't have meetings and you can focus on anything that's high priority. And sometimes when you have a lot of meetings throughout the day, you are not able to actually put your head down and grind on any work that you actually have to do. So this is a good way for us to get some work done. And that is why Thursdays I sometimes have more meetings after those days, because everyone just, instead of having monthly meetings, just pushes them to Thursday. So we had my first meeting at 9 o'clock. It was supposed to go till 10 a.m., but we finished at 9:30. I set this up because I was told by a product manager that the current project that I am working on for NetSuite is similar to another project that has to do with financials on NetSuite as well, and I never met that team. They're based in Brno, and I believe some people in Barcelona too, and so it was cool. I had to schedule this meeting for morning my time because that is afternoon for them, and that is something I'm constantly working around, people's time zones. With working remotely, a lot of companies I think are okay putting people in different time zones on the same teams, which can be a good thing because you're meeting people from different backgrounds, cultures, but at the same time it can be negative when working with different time zones. So I often have meetings at 7 in the morning. Today I was lucky, my first meeting was at 9, but you never really know. I guess the benefit is that I often finish work around 4 o'clock because I start my day a little bit earlier, so it just kind of depends. So this meeting, I was basically presenting my designs and they were presenting their designs, and we were seeing what commonalities there were and what areas we had for growth. Unfortunately, my design is almost done and not done, but being developed out right now, so there isn't much that I can really change, whereas they kind of just recently started their project, so they were interested in taking a look at the things that I have worked on just to get inspiration and see that these different features should be somewhat similar since they are both financial related products. Now I need to send the link to my designs to them, and they will be sending me the link from their designs to me so that we can compare. But that is often happening within companies I'm seeing, and at my company specifically, we are always sharing designs with each other, with other designers, just to see their feedback and make sure that what we're working on is consistent across all the suites of products, because at large companies, you don't want your products to be looking different. My company also uses Slack to communicate. We have Outlook, but I prefer using Slack to just quickly ping people. So that is kind of what like my little bits of clicking are and typing. I also keep Slack on my phone just in case I step out, go on a walk, and I want to be reachable. I can always be reachable via phone in Slack. Sometimes for these videos or these like panels when there's a ton of people on there, I like to just bring my computer out to the living room, because sometimes working from home you need to change your space. So sometimes I'll either go out to the living room or I'll go to a cafe. I don't know what that sound is. Yeah. Or I will go to a cafe, but right now I am just here because I haven't been in my apartment that long. I was on break for a while and I kind of just want to chill, maybe make some food while listening to this and take some notes. So I'm Bella, I'm a designer. Wondering, I got this mug actually in San Francisco at some art fair, so it's super cute. It's like handmade, and yeah, I love that it's stemless and it's kind of cute. I don't know, it's like very thick ceramic, so you can easily hold this without worrying about it burning your hands. So quick little update, I had my calls for the XD Q&A and that ended fast, and then we had our XD celebration, which I was just at, and that's why I was eating lunch during it, because it was an hour and a half and it was already 12:30. But basically I was in small groups, breakout rooms, meeting other people across the country and the globe, people in different locations across user experience silos in NetSuite and Oracle. And so it's cool to talk to different people. That's kind of what you saw with the brainstorming activity, whiteboarding activity, and then they did awards, which was why I was sitting here just eating and watching that. Now I'm going to do a little bit of Korean because I ate during that, so now I have an hour until my next meeting, and I'm going to use my lunch break to practice my Korean. So today I'm going to do some vocabulary, and then I have a sync with my director, who is one level above my own boss, my manager. So he is 2 levels above me. He's my hiring manager, and we usually do a check-in once a month. He's a director of UX, so often if I'm struggling with anything, I usually report that to my manager during our weekly sessions. But then if there's anything that I think is a little higher level, or just kind of feedback on just how I think design and just the org is going, I can give that to my director above. And it's a nice way to have like a skip level, that's what people call it. So it's like you talk to your manager's boss, so that, let's say I had a problem with my manager, that is the reason why they allow you to talk to a director once a month, just so you have a line of communication and feel comfortable. I really like my manager and my director, so I've had 0 issues, but that's the reason why they do it. And I really like that they do that, just because it keeps the company in check, and they're making sure that their employees who are at the bottom of the food chain are actually enjoying themselves and feel comfortable to communicate whenever they do have any issues. I don't know why, but there's this banging sound that you can hear, which is just so not my vibe right now because I'm working and filming. But anyway, I just finished a discovery, and that meeting is basically just us talking about what the plans are for the next few versions of the product. And so we've been in a sprint for like a few months, so it's not even really a sprint, but basically just planning out, researching user goals, scenarios, and then now I'm doing some low fidelity wireframing, and I can't show any of that because it's obviously confidential. But that is what my last meeting was. It's 4 something now, which is usually when I finish my day, because I usually start the day around like 8 o'clock. I'm probably just gonna look at a couple more emails, and then I am going to work out. I like to work out before a meal so that I can eat right after I work out. And yeah, I just use the gym that I have in my apartment building, which I'm really lucky to have. Market, as you can see, I have stuff back there, but I just wanted to end off the video by saying I hope you all enjoyed seeing what a typical day in my life is as a UX designer, what I do throughout the day to keep me sane working remotely, and yeah, just my day-to-day activities. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys sooner or later. Cheers.